The much-anticipated announcement of Kenya's opposition doyen Raila Odinga came almost after 27 hours of waiting. And the decision was that the opposition National Super Alliance would now challenge the result of the presidential election in Kenya's Supreme Court.
We had said that we will not go to court. But with the raid on civil society and determination to silence all voices that could seek legal redress, like the AFRICOG and the Kenya Human Rights Commission, you have now decided to move to the Supreme Court and lay before the world the making of, and to move to the Supreme Court and lay before the world the making of a computer-generated leadership.
Addressing a battery of journalists in Lavington, Nairobi, Raila said the court option was chosen after the NGO Registration Board deregistered and police early on Wednesday closed the offices of Kenya Human Rights Commission and the African Center of Open Governance. Both NGOs had been critical of the electoral process. There were indications that the NGOs would petition court.
This is why the government is violently demobilizing civil society organizations for daring authoritarianism and seeking justice.
Raila also repeated allegations he had made hours after the broadcast of provisional results by the IEBC that the tallies were forged and not based on Form 34As, a legal requirement to declare presidential election results.
They shamelessly cooked the results from the non-existent polling stations and fake and gazetted presiding and returning officers. They have figures from non-existent Forms 34As and 34Bs. They scrambled to manufacture such forms, switched vote numbers, and how they openly swindled to reach to determine consistent vote numbers. They cooked numbers to the extent that vote tallies often surpassed registered voters in polling stations.
Strongholds of NASA like Kisumu and Kibera have seen protests from supporters who argue that the election was rigged. Odinga, who had earlier asked his supporters to boycott work, also said the petition is to avert further deaths, after some 24 deaths were recorded by the Kenya Human Rights Commission and 108 injuries tallied by the Kenya Red Cross.
The merchants of state violence expected NASA to walk Kenyans into death traps. They dispatched merchants of death to carefully selected parts of the country. The people are held now under hostage siege. The intent is murder and mayhem. Wanton murder, rape, and violence are being committed against the people to pacify them against seeking justice.
The opposition coalition's legal team now has just one day to put together an election petition before the legal deadline of Friday that is set for filing of the presidential election petitions. Raila bitterly contests the August 8th polls, where he scored 44.9% against Uhuru Kenyatta's 54.2%, as declared by the electoral body IEBC.
This is just the beginning. We will not accept and move on.
Raymond Mujini, NTV.